Hey, so not video, the other movie that I watched recently that I didn't have time to review was Rebecca, and it's a remake of the Alfred Hitchcock movie, which I have not seen. So I'm not gonna be judging it based off of that. That's something that you may want to know might affect my grade. I don't know if people personally dislike this one because of the original, or like I don't know if that's a determining factor or whatever. But just know that that's not gonna be a part of this review. I'm not gonna judge it based on that. Although the one thing I will judge it a little bit on is I think that's part of why the movie feels a little rehashed. It feels unoriginal. Like you can already feel that's a little by the numbers and done before. Especially at the very beginning, like the first 10-15 minutes before they've moved to the mansion. The story feels very Crimson Peak esque. Uh, and it takes a while to like build to get to anywhere interesting, which is another fault of it. Uh, it's definitely my least favorite of Ben Wheatley's movies as a director, because both of his other movies that I've seen are just so much more creative and original and interesting. Like Free Fire is unique in the fact that it's just like one long shootout scene. That's just the entire movie. And then what makes High Rise unique is, well, I mean, just look at it. It's one of the weirdest, just unique movies you can find out there. It's super sci fi and just visually stylish, and yeah, it's just very different from the crowd. So that one's very likable, but this one doesn't really have much to stand out to make it seem different, which is one of Ben Wheatley's biggest strengths. But it does still share that visual style and that strong cast that he has in all of his movies, which helps keep it afloat, as well as the strong sense of dread and atmosphere and unease that I'm assuming is in the original, because it does feel a bit Hitchcockian. So I could even feel that presence even without him being the director, without him directing the remake. I mean, you can just feel that presence in the sort of story and the layout of the scares, even though there aren't scares really. Um, yeah, tonally, it's a little weird how it keeps jumping from like romance to horror to psychological thriller to drama, and like it keeps just jumping around. It feels a little odd. It's definitely a slow burn, which I kind of appreciated and was able to get into once I got far enough in. You definitely have to be very patient with it if you like want to enjoy it, because it's one of those movies where you need to be in it for the long haul. Otherwise, like if you are just gonna watch like the first 20 minutes, you're gonna get bored pretty easily if you're not into the romance, which I wasn't. But yeah, the performances were a lot of fun. I don't want to say who my favorite performance was because I wasn't even aware that the actor was in the movie, and he didn't pop up until halfway through the movie. But he just had so much fun with his role. You can tell that he was just like relishing every second he got on screen and just was just chewing up the scenery. But the lead performance I can tell you about that I really liked was from Armie Hammer. I thought he did a really good job, like controlling his character into like showing off all the aspects of it that you would want to show off, and giving like a performance that gets your mind going to the places where the movie wants you to go with his character, as well as investing you in his character by being pretty intense. uh yeah, I thought it was good, just not great. The twists kept coming one after the other once you get to the third act, to the point where it's a bit much. Um, yeah, I just wish that they would have cut down that they would have figured out a bit of a way to make the first act a little less boring, Because when it's so pedestrian feeling, I get that we have to set up their relationship to make us care, but like I didn't really feel like I cared in the movie. But there's so many other things going for the movie that like I ended up enjoying myself by the end of it. I just had to be patient. At first, I wasn't really sure if I was gonna like the movie for like the first almost half of it, but eventually the movie found its seating, and I was like, okay, so this is why I'm gonna like it. I don't know how it fares against the original. I thought the twists were kind of unpredictable the way that they were handled. Uh, and yeah, I think that's everything I can say on the movie. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, let's go with that. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.